But yeah, Richard, I know you're a track and field man. I wanted to ask you about the 9.7 by Kishane Thompson going into the Paris Olympics in terms of what you think about
All right. So the 9.7, Kishane Thompson, ah, 9.7 is a little phenomenal, Horane, as the only person over the last maybe 2 years who had come or who had run so fast. It's something that we have to stand up and see, because after the Usain Bolt and the Ewan Blakes and all of them guys had retired, we haven't seen the men come forth like this before. But of course, this Olympic year, everybody has been shaping up really nicely, and especially the Jamaican team. The US team has always been there and thereabout as usual, but everybody's expecting so much things from the Jamaican team always. But I really love what I see the guy do, and it struck me as very impressive too, because his 9.77 look pretty easy, almost look like a training day. And as he says, this coach had tell him to just run like 50, 60 meters, just get out of the block and execute that start very well, and let's see where it takes you. But again, he was saying that he doesn't know how to shut it down or how to slow it down. But I don't think it's the fact that he don't know how to shut it down. I think the fact that he has so much momentum, because I can remember when you said around 9:58, it might looks like he was shutting it down, right? But when you get up to top speed at 50, 60 meters, it's hard for you to not have that momentum coming right through to the tip. It is going to carry you through whether or not, because you're already at high speed. When velocity start to move, it won't just stop right away. It keeps going until it just come and slow down. So people are saying that yes, he could run very fast. I think if he had run up to 70 meters or 80 meters, yes, it might have been a 7.6 or a 7 point or a 9.6, something close to 9.5.
it. Yeah, well,
So
yeah. Well, I think it's obvious he can go faster than that.
yeah,
It should be interesting how close he can get that 9.58. But based on what's been going on in track and field in terms of the times, this is a significant time
yeah.
based on how the Americans have been running and the Jamaicans.
Hmm.
So yeah, kudos to him. If he's in this type of shape going into Paris,
Yeah.
he's the favorite, and obviously we think he can go faster than that. So it should be interesting.
Nobody had run 9.7 apart from him to date. So it is quite interesting. I mean, no lies to me. 200 meters is the strongest event, but I don't think he's as strong as Thompson. He doesn't. Thompson look so power packed. That's the thing that scares me. Is that unlike Usain
Yeah.
Bolt, everybody else, Usain has a long stride pattern. Kishane Thompson have a stride pattern not as long, but he is very powerful. And I think everybody is starting to looking at him as a boy. Look like a staff of Powell that if Asafa had the kind of aggression that he has, Asafa would have beaten Usain back then, right? And it would be an even closer
That's
race.
mental, man.
Yeah. And not even only the
That's
mental
all mental.
power. He has the power. When you look at his physical structure and how he starts, I can tell you this though, Orient. When Kishane Thompson get all of his mechanics right, because I really don't think he has the mechanics perfectly or as close to as Asafa had it. But when he gets that mechanic right, if you remember Shelly and Fraser when she went to the Olympics the first time and started, and she was way out here, right? And everybody had to say, "Wow, how are
Yeah.
we going to catch this girl?" It is going to be the same thing that is going to happen, right? And he
Right.
just get the mechanics of starting right with that amount of power that he has. Is going to be way out here, and that is mind-boggling to me. So kudos to him. I really have him as favorites to win the Olympics. everybody being equal and healthy. And as Stephen Francis said, boy, when you perform at that high performance, the only thing you can really just be careful about is your health all the time, and you can see that, But I want to raise this thing because I having a warm over time with Elaine Thompson though, Horane. Warm over time with Elaine Thompson. I can't understand
Why is that?
let me tell you.
What you mean?
First thing, how can you be running closest to the world record after a championship and then you quit your coach? Your fastest time in your life is when you decide to get rid of your coach.
I hear you, but that was a business decision.
I can't understand that
was a business decision.
Because if you have somebody selling off all of your product is selling off, flying off of the shelf. It's just like you saying it's going to
but
you're saying Bolt on the world record.
Let's compare it to some. Yeah, but it's not the same thing. Here's why. Like I think they're split at MVP is like 70-30. Right? I think it's 70 for MVP and 30 for them. I think that's has been the reason why majority of the athletes that left MVP left. Obviously, they had some issues with the coach.
I really don't think it's that
the business of it.
But
no, I think they wanted. If you look at what she signed after,
let's take
in
that.
regards to her contract,
let's take that. Let's take that as it is. Then let's take that as it is. Then
yeah,
she went and she found Shaniki. Right now, Husband is pretty similar, and she has the background of Stephen Francis as our mentor, and somebody who has guided her career. And she went and she got that young lady. That young lady said, okay, I'm not going to be as expensive as where you was before. I'm just going to be way less than where you was before, but this is my deal. She refused that one. Even though she tried it for a short time, get into the championship, and she got into the championship and she ran well. And right after the championship, the money that too much too. So
but all I'm saying to you is that all I'm saying to you, I understand why the decision was made. After you compete at the high level for a number of years, and you realize that this is your earnings, and you realize that you can make more money if you control probably 70 or 80% of that. At some point, if you're getting closer to retirement and you have done a lot and you have achieved a lot, you're gonna make that financial decision, as all athletes do. And I think it was that. I'm not saying there weren't issues at MVP,
even with that,
with her, but I think it was geared towards that.
But even with that, Horane, do you think that at the time to which she made even such decision, it would have been a foolish time? Because here's my thinking.
No, but she did a new contract with Puma, and she got way more money than she would before.
Yeah, but she went to the championships, right? And her goal at the championship was to go and get the world record. She was this close to it, right? She was close.
To be honest, I think based on their decision, I think they thought that with whatever coaching that was going to come with her, I think they thought that they could maintain at that level, and it hasn't worked.
Impossible. So, that we know.
So
what they
not really Stephen Francis level, but probably there, so she can be consistent on the circuit and earn. But it doesn't work for her.
That doesn't make sense, because here's the thing, Horane. As I said, you cannot walk away from the thing that is bringing you to the highest. Because you're not there. Here's when you start making the real Horane. Here's when you start making the real.
But Richard,
it's when you get that world record. It's when you start getting the real money in track.
But she had all of that. Yeah, but she's not going to break that. So we can move on from that.
What's he talking about? If she had stayed, I
she
guarantee
gonna
you,
break the female world record.
of course, if she had stayed,
I don't know. I don't know about it.
Horane, remember, when she went to the championships, she was this close. After the
Yeah,
championships,
my ear.
she went to the Diamond League race, and she got even this closer, right? Because
All right.
remember,
So, but listen, man.
here is this championship that Steve Francis says she's in the best shape of her life, and everybody didn't believe, right? And everybody didn't believe.
I hear you. But
So, okay, you walk,
yeah, I hear you. I
let
hear
the
you.
money put on right or so, and you decide to walk away, leave it today, and say, hey, listen, now go over right and say, I still can collect the bag. You walk away from the best thing.
No, I don't know what you're saying is totally correct in regards to the record. I don't I don't I know she got close, but I don't know if she would have gotten that.
He was the closest person
But
to
what
it.
I'm saying, I'm not saying, yeah, I hear you. But what I'm saying to you is this: even at that stage, she
Mm,
looked at it and she said, "Listen, when I run for MVP, them take 70% of my profits.
yeah.
Right? If I set up a company or I go and I set up for myself,
Mm.
I can collect 100%. Yeah, I think it was economics.
I get that, and I understand that
I
economics,
think it
and
come down to that.
sensible economics. But sensible with what? Because she's not
Yeah.
she's not getting 100% right now. She's not getting 100%.
Well, maybe she,
Today's date, she stands.
yeah.
She's
Well, remember,
losing.
as
She's losing. She's losing so much right now because remember, Orion, and I'm going off all of the conversation that I'm hearing too. So Stephen Francis said, you know, the young lady Elaine has a particular set of injuries that has to be managed properly. She's never going to it is never going to leave her. It's something that needs to be managed. I hear you that she's getting
yeah. But
30%.
maybe she took all of that maybe she took all of that in context too, in
And again,
regards to
I
our
figure
career.
that
Me saying like she needs to go out with a bang. Yeah.
I figure that she thinks she could have taken care of it, right? But obviously she
Yeah,
can't.
I would think so. I would think
She's
so.
not making the right decision in terms of the people that she get to help her take care of it either. Obviously,
Yeah,
the things that to take care of that particular set of angels that she have takes money, and it's going to cost her money to do it.
you would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so put everything in context. Let me tell you, my context is get yourself to the top level, to the extreme top. Then you can always talk about everything else. Put yourself, then you can walk away. Because if she walk
But
away as
you,
a champion, if she had
but you,
walked as a
I
world
hear.
record
Yeah,
holder, if she walk away as a world record holder, she would be in a better position today, even in retirement. Even in retirement, let's say she was going to get that world record and then retire right after that. Even in retirement, she would have been in a way better position in terms of sponsorship, in terms of everything that should be possible achieving.
I hear you. But maybe she felt she was at the very top, right? And
Oh,
she
it
needed
was
to
at
take
the
a
top
chance and
end
move
of
on
the world record.
with
You can't
everything that's going
end
on.
of the world record. The only time you're at the top is
Yeah,
when you're
but nobody has had that. Yeah, but nobody has
the
had that
closest
on the
person to
female
that.
side. So
That year, Shellyan was running
yeah,
10
but
6, 10 6, 10 6 all over the place. Right? So if
yeah,
Shellyan was in 10-6 shape, it means
listen,
that
I'm not.
it
I'm
means Elaine just want a good race with the best condition possible. One of those times, just one of those times. Just one time you need to run a world record, you know. You don't need multiple times to run the world record, you know. She don't need to do like you're saying about break it this Olympics, break it this world championship, then go back and break it this Olympics, and then go back and break it world championship. She just need one shot at that record. Because it's been there for so long. You could imagine what it would be like if she had broken that world record anytime during that time. Just stick around long enough to break it. You can always go anywhere at all. She would have stand to walk away
I
with that.
hear you. Yeah, well, some people say that record can't be broken
I
still.
can tell you this
So,
right
but
here,
it is
though. I don't think Elaine is going to be back anytime soon. Yeah, because in
nah, I think she probably
property,
going.
like
I
football,
agree with you on that.
when you get to a certain age, your body start to your muscles start to not
Act
function.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is, and at her age now, with she not managing that injury properly, she missing out this year, and she's
exactly.
going to miss next year based on where she is with that injury. She's going to have a tough time. I don't think she's going to come back. I really doubt it. Really, really,
Yeah,
really,
I think it's gonna be pretty hard for her.
yeah, really doubt it.
All right, but we have some other topics. We have some other topics, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. But I doubt it.
All right, so
Hey, mark it.
all right, yeah. Nah, it doesn't look good, but
No,
we still hope,
yeah,
Admin issues in Jamaican sports. I think we also discussed that last night. I don't know if you want to touch on that.
yeah, for sure, man,
Um,
for sure. That is always going to be an ongoing thing where Jamaican sports is concerned. Has always been a long perennial issue. It come like the entertainment business. Even the entertainers trying to fix it a little better now in terms of collecting their royalties and being managed properly nowadays and all of that. But sports hadn't been there yet. Sports just getting to a stage where athletes have managers and that kind of sponsorship and
in
that.
Jamaica.
In Jamaica, as I says, Jamaica we're talking about. In Jamaica,
Yeah,
the,
sport is big business all over the world. Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
we have big talent, but we still don't have the big business. Because I'm
No,
telling
I
you,
think
I
no,
am down to
I think
politicians doing what politicians do. I know politicians get there. They're going to rob us, they're going to lie to us, they're going to do all kind of things that they do. We know that. What I'm saying is that athletes need to prepare themselves or bring themselves together. Because I remember we talking on past radio programs that we had in the stands or in where we talk about a union for athletes. I don't remember if it had come through. I remember there was some plan aboard to
I
get
think well,
a union like that
I
going.
think well for I think from a from a football perspective,
Mhm.
I think they have some sort of that. I don't know what activities, but I know they're looking to put that in place at some point. Um, I know there have been talks overall, generally at the Olympic Association in regards to something like that, and
Mhm.
I don't think anything has been
I remember Freighter and them
pen
they
has been put to paper.
wanted to have some kind of
I
athletics.
think yeah, but they do have yeah man, they do have that. So individual sports have their individual
Mhm.
um players association that offer representation, whether it's track or football, etc. They have individual athletes. So yes, that's in place. Yes.
So that's a good start. That's a good place. I know
That's
cricket have
definitely a good step.
I know cricket
Definitely,
have
definitely.
their players association. I know that. But I was kind of wondering if track
Yeah,
and field had to
we
that stage. Yeah.
yeah, but
So
they do have one.
that's so
And
that's
football
one
has one too.
so that's one thing. You know, in terms of the different association and the presidents, and of course, and I know you are a president yourself with lawn ball, right? But presidents need to be brought up too and to be hold to high standards as well in terms of how they manage different association and association money, association decisions, association marketing and how they manage the different athletes and the whole thing, because so much happened, man. Especially it's the football. The reggae boys and the reggae girls always complain in many different ways, and them have real complaint, real complaint against
Yeah,
their
well,
associations.
I like, but in I you were looking at football in recent times, especially since the new administration has come into football. They have made a lot of good decisions. especially surrounding the issues surrounding the girls and the boys. I think there have always been some money issues, but I don't think they have been wrong on some of the things that they have stood up for, surrounding the issues of players going on strike, that type of thing. So, my viewpoint is kind of different because I am also an administrator now, so and I understand what issues might be in terms of working with players and players wanting their particular way all the time. And there has to be a balance in regards to whatever the entity is versus the player. And that has to be structured and streamlined in a particular way. So yeah, from that perspective, yeah, I think some of the decisions have been correct, even in football. That people, that the general public don't agree with.
Yeah, because I still kind of watch and listen to a couple of the from Leon Bailey situation get started. I know Leon Bailey agent is
Daily.
yeah, Leon Bailey agent is a little bit controversial all the time. I really don't take him too
No,
seriously.
well, I think, yeah,
But it's just
no, no,
it's
I
just
think, I think we need to put,
the whole retiring and all of that. And there's a conversation going around that the
no, no, no.
coach just can't deal with JFF and a whole lot of unprofessionalism that JFF and Leon Bailey's pretty much saying the same. I know Leon Bailey's story sort of way out,
Well,
and I don't support a lot of what he's
yeah, I
saying.
hear you, but yeah, but yeah, I just want to say this surrounding that, like, and what I'm saying is that, like, what 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 happens in Jamaica in regards to the movement of players, it probably doesn't happen anywhere else in the world,
Mhm.
and I think that creates a lot of issue for the players and also for the federation in regards to certain things because they're not streamlined in regards to international protocols in a lot of ways, especially around football.
Mhm.
No, like, and but it's not only that guy who do certain things. Is probably all the local clubs, etc. They try to take credit for deals that really and truly they have no reason to take credit for. No, a
Mhm.
lot of those when you talk about Leon Bailey and you talk about even the guy from KC that got signed, that
Mhm.
had nothing to do with who you might think. Has nothing to do with anything, right?
Yeah.
The representation is from agents out of England who actually do the deal, and then these guys act like middlemen and act like bosses, like they run the thing, and they don't because they don't have any real connections from an agent perspective to go and talk to a club like Chelsea directly, or to go and talk to a club like Aston Villa directly,
Mhm.
right? So I'm saying to you, like all that's put out to Jamaican media is not real. Is that
Yeah.
wolf that pull over your eye to think
Yeah.
that they're doing all of this,
Yeah.
right? But the reason for all that is because the product hasn't been developed to a particular extent. So people can come in and use certain things in terms of leverage that they've had with certain players to purport that they're doing these things.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, because as I said, like I work for a global football agent for like 2 to 3 years, so I learned and developed and learn the business from them, and in terms of the protocols, etc., and how to operate. And I know they're nowhere on that level, and I know that, like, I can tell you, like, that Whisper deal is a company that I'm close to that did that. It wasn't him, right?
Okay.
So
Taking
like
taking
people
credit.
don't know that, right? So and yeah, 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 and that, and when in regards to even when Leon first got over, it was it was somebody else that did that, and I
Mhm.
think it was Raheem Sterling agent that did that at some point. What
Mhm.
I'm saying is that it's a bunch of different things, man. But is the bottom line is that how have you done the same thing in regards to using agents and then claiming that, okay, the
Mhm.
their player got signed, etc. Solos Cavalier, etc. Because the business isn't structured in the way it should be in terms of
Yeah. And I
who
get that,
gets
and I
credit
get that,
within the Jamaican sphere in terms of doing the deals.
and I get that, I get a lot of people would want to say, we were the one who do this and that. But Here, like Craig Butler, his claim is that, and then the thing that I don't like with Leon Bailey and his claim as well is that he's talking as if, I mean, a statement like Jamaica never did anything for me is an unfair and is a wicked statement. Yeah, and here why
Well,
the
we don't necessarily have to get to.
here why the statement wicked and it's
No,
unfair.
well, that. All right, go ahead.
Why? In Jamaica, all of us went through a school system. Every player, every athlete, all of them went through a school system that pretty much is funded by the Jamaican government all the time. Yeah, because school
Yeah,
and
no, I don't.
funded
This.
by the
Yeah, but
Jamaican
I
government.
think you was no.
But you can't say that because your fundamental development of the football, his fundamental development of the football would start when he started in school. So Craig might get him, right? And when Craig was in Jamaica with him, Craig would have utilized all of the facilities and the resources that Jamaica provide to help him to get where he is. It's a short stint, when Craig
Yeah,
went
man.
to
I don't necessarily.
when he went
Yeah,
to Gink and all them place.
I don't think that was his point. Still,
Yeah. But that was his point. In Jamaica, you can't make a blanket statement like that. Then I
no.
expect
Yeah, but
who is asking
yeah,
for
I hear you, but yeah,
speak
but
professionally. That's what
to
I'm
be
expecting.
I
I don't expect Leon to speak
to be
unprofessional.
fair
He's
though.
just asking for professionalism. Speak professionally. Don't say that because that is unfair. If I was the government, and the government must be looking at that and say it's such an unfair thing. It is very
No,
much
man, but
unfair.
but let's put it in the. I hear you, but let's put it in the context though. I think he was talking in regards to the federation, specifically, and
Yeah,
I
so
think where some of that, I don't think he should have said
the
all that
federation
he
is
said on
Jamaica.
that podcast.
Federation
But
is Jamaica. It doesn't matter if he says federation or he
not
says
necessarily, not necessarily.
it's because let me tell you,
There's a difference.
no, the government
There's a
funding,
difference. There's a difference.
funding to the JFF is the biggest funding that JFF has to date. That's the
I know,
largest
but
funds
I
that they
agree.
get.
But yeah, but what I'm saying to you, yeah, we can remove the government issue from it. What I'm saying to you, in understanding this point, it was about football federation, and specifically in terms of when he actually needed help, he didn't get that help. And you know how the football federation used to operate,
I tell you this too.
and I think
I tell you this. I tell you this
there have
too.
been some changes. But
If
what I'm saying to you is that normally, yeah, but I've seen it and I've been through it. So I'm saying normally when a player comes through and is prominent, right?
yeah,
If he's not connected in a particular way to certain clubs in Jamaica, right, or certain people in Jamaica,
doesn't get
he will
help.
not get that opportunity, no matter how good he is to
Yeah,
represent Jamaica up in the national team.
I
That's
get that and I
changing
know that too. I know that has happened.
gradually.
I
But
know
what
that.
I'm saying to you, yeah. So what I'm saying to you, so I'm saying his statement in regards to that had to do with that, based on the fact that he knew based off whatever connections he had coming up to who, that he was being blackballed, and it happened not only to him but to a lot of others that were talented that did not get that opportunity that could possibly have represented Jamaica at under 17 or under 18 or under 20,
And I get
which I think was fundamentally his point.
and I get that to Horane, and not to belabor the thing, but there's a couple of things that he says that I don't think him should say it from a professional level in the way that he said it. So things like Jamaica never
I
did it.
agree.
That's one, right? Two, you can never ever, look at Jamaica up against, powerful nations like England, powerful nations in football like England, who has unlimited amount of resources when it comes to football. All right, so let's look at this for one. So Leon Bailey coming up in Jamaica now is a great talent, right? there is hundreds of thousands of good, talented young footballers in Jamaica right now. And during his time, there was a whole lot.
Well,
Jamaica don't have the resources to have.
yeah, we can put that in the context. Still, there might be some out there. We can put that in the context, too, but okay.
There's a whole lot, man. Make I tell you this, already. If you, as I say last night when we were talking, we mentioned if a lot of youngsters who's in school right now getting the kind of nutrition and getting the kind of guidance in terms of whatever sporting choice that they choose at young ages like 10, 11, we would turn out way more talent.
A lot more stars. I agree. Yes, a lot more stars.
So let me just put it in that context. So we would have had a lot of Leon Bailey's. Because I know Leon Bailey during his young age wasn't the I can bet you he wasn't the best of the talent that was existing that time. Right? But what he had was somebody who was
paying
attention to him in particular during that time. Right? So somebody would single him out and say, "Boy, hey, listen, I'm going to work with you." Right? And somebody work with him. Right? So when you look at it, if Jamaica has the kind of resources like you'd have Liverpool, them have resources to have juniors in camps, and
no, we're not gonna have that. But
and all them age group levels as taking care of all of those age group of youngsters who interested in the game and that kind of thing, and nurturing them right through. Jamaica don't have that kind of resource, and Jamaica don't have the money to even do it or to even fund it. Our Premier League at the moment is struggling to even, and no, financially it's tough, right? Our economy can't manage the level of creative ability in sports that we have, Really and truly, we might think that the government have a lot of money. It might seem that way, and I'm not talking on behalf of the government, but sports take a nice amount of money to groom a talent, right? To groom a talent up to a professional level where everybody can start making some money. So what we need to do is we need to focus a little bit on those things. And when you as a youngster come up and you make it through, you get the guidance and you come through the crack. Don't start saying things as you reach there. You start saying things like, "Boy, I've never done nothing for me, and Jamaica can't do anything for me," and this and that. Is because you reach there now. Well, I really don't like that conversation.
No, well, listen, no. So this is what I'm saying. I think if you've been through the process and you understand certain things, you can have that as like, they didn't really do what they should have done based on the circumstances. But I don't think it was right to publicly make those statements. No, you can always feel that way in your heart or whatever, right? But if it's time for you to represent your country, and all of that stuff is old stuff, right? You have made it. Right? Move on, right? And move on. And move on as a principled person, right? And represent your country, in a dignified way. I don't think a lot of those issues needed to be brought back up, but it seems like they want to rehash it. But I think we need to move forward. Maybe we should switch to another topic.
We need to. Yeah, we need to orient. So.
Well, let's maybe we can switch to the coach and the JFF. Maybe that's something we can delve into.
That's another hot topic,
because no, but because so listen, and it also involves what we're talking about. I personally believe that the coach made a wrong decision, and I don't think he understood the landscape of Jamaica, and especially football politics in terms of what was going on between Liam Bailey's camp and the JFF. I don't think he understood it. Right? Maybe it was explained to him, and maybe he was like, "Oh, listen, I just come for coach, and I'm a professional. I need to get these guys because they seem to be the guys that are doing stuff on the international sphere to bring them into the team." No, like if I'm the head coach, right, and I suspend somebody for breaking curfew, right, and he's suspended for breaking curfew, right, and that's something that we've laid out that he's suspended. There's no way I'm coming back to select him in my team. Remember, so you suspended him, and after you suspended him, he went and he made a public interview where he disrespected you and everybody else. Right? So
Mhm.
after the interview, there's no way I'm selecting him in my team. He No way. But let's say the coach said he had a, and remember, importantly, after that, his handler came out and said nobody's gonna talk directly to Bailey. So from I heard that, I know that was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
I know the war start from I
yeah,
hear that, right? Because no, the coach would not be able to speak to the player directly to iron out things. He will be speaking to a third party who is very erratic
mhm,
and nobody don't want to talk to her. Knew it.
mhm.
So I know that it was gonna go downhill from there, and that's what happened. Because if you notice when the coach came back around and he was talking to him directly, it ballooned into something else,
Yeah.
right? And so remember, the coach suspended him. He went and did an interview, and him lambast everybody, right?
Mhm.
From then, I would not have been pursuing him, it, based on a lot of stuff, right? But the coach still decided to and spoke to the third party in terms of getting him back. No, and select him in the squad based on the fact I don't know why, because he's telling you that he's gonna come after him party. Right? That don't make much sense to me, right?
No.
So I'm saying the I think the coach is the one pushing this, and I don't think he should have been pushing this. He should have been working with the players that were there, and that even caused that issue within the camp. And you can see from the movements, no, that probably the coach didn't care. The coach was lining up something else in Ireland. So there are a lot of things that was going on within that time. I thought the decision making of the coach, if he was there to coach the team long term, he shouldn't not have made, and he made them, and it became this big firestorm.
There's
So
a lot.
I don't blame the JFL for the stuff that they did, because they were trying to protect certain things because they understood what was going on in the dynamics and where this beef
Yeah.
come from, right? And it's not gonna get better because they're gonna come and they're gonna want to leverage things until they say they want X, Y, and Z, which don't relate to anything in regards to football.
The,
You get me?
the
So yeah, that was okay.
the whole thing, from see. But wait, the problem I have with it though. So yes, the coach might have went to the player and talked to the player. That everybody said, boy, that's not the way we go. Or is it that the player get to be named in a squad by the JFF? Even if I, the coach, go and talk to the player and say, boy, and the player promised me, say, all right, after my part, I come in.
Yeah, but the important thing. The coach isn't talking to the player. The coach is talking to the third party.
Exactly. So I'm saying, how is it that the name from a
So
JFF
so
standpoint, because the JFF suspended him, right? So even if the coach talking to a third party, him name not supposed to end up
yeah.
on the roster at all. By no way. Unless the JFF agree
Yeah,
that
so
they agree that okay, we want the player back on the team. That part
no,
of
but
the
no. I don't think. As I said, that was no. But that was the coach's decision, not the JFF decision. The
yeah,
coach wanted me on the
and
team.
Horane.
That's why the coach was
But
talk
I'm
with
saying
his handler.
decision
Because I don't believe that.
when
Yeah, go ahead.
when any kind of correspondence going out of the JFF, I don't think it comes out of the coach's office. I think it comes out of the JFF's office, right? That the technical
No,
committee
but what I'm
seen and signed off on and
no. Yeah,
it.
yeah. But Richard, listen, what I'm saying. Yeah. I hear you. That's procedural. What I'm saying to you, this coach pick him team. Coach pick who he wants in the team,
Yeah, and he
and
would
if the
have
coach
given
wanted that player,
that list to
he's
the
gonna go. Yeah. So whatever the coach wants, they go through because the coach would have spoken to them, and I think also the Gensec had spoken to them also. So what I'm trying to say to you is that the coach wanted the player. That was the important thing. That the coach
yes,
spoke to general secretary about
yeah,
it. So the coach wanted the player. So
yeah,
the coach is on the impression that there was an agreement for the player to come. after his party.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Horane, if I if I pass my list of players that I want, this is what I want. The JFF would have taken it through their
Yeah.
administrative protocols and say, hey, listen, all right, this player based on our protocol, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then publish the list.
No, but what I'm saying, yeah, fine, but yeah, fine. Meaning that, yeah, in terms of releasing it to the press, yes. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that they would have gone off what decision the coach would have made based on his correspondence with
So,
those
so
people
again,
to say
and
name him in the squad because the coach wanted him in the squad.
so again, I'm saying where in the thing that the JFF would have said, hey, coach, remember that we have a problem with this player. Because after that list come out, you can't have a problem with the coach. Say, boy, this is who I want, and then you give it to him and say it's okay.
No, I think out. Yeah,
Problem.
but yeah, man. But I would think yeah, but yeah, but I don't. Yeah, the technical committee doesn't get involved in selecting our players for the
I
team.
know,
That's the coach's
but
decision. I think
in
they
terms
made that.
in terms
They
of the
made that. They made that decision quite clear. But yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that the coach selected the team that he wanted based on his correspondence. I'd presume he would have also would have had correspondence with the JFF to say, listen, this is the team I'm selecting. These are the players that I want. I spoke to these guys. Publish the team. Simple.
yeah, but the question and the thing that I'm not understanding, already. Listen to me again. The coach would have said to the JFF, "This is my squad. These are the names."
Yeah.
Right? The JFF
Yeah.
are all right to go through the list of names and see, based on their administrative rules and whatever, that these persons are eligible. And say, coach, all of these people, but this one,
No,
no
no,
problem
no,
with
no, 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 Rich. No, no,
because
no. Not, it won't work.
there's
No, no,
some
it won't work like that.
action that we
No,
have
no,
an
the coach.
that
No,
this player is in this having a disciplinary action against him. So we can't approve this player on your list because there is something
all
against
right.
this
So,
player.
so this is what I was. All right. So this. Let's go over back what happened.
Yeah,
Remember, he did an interview, right?
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to that, and obviously the JFF had an issue with the interview, as with a lot of Jamaicans,
Yeah.
real football Jamaicans, right? Had
Mm-hmm.
an issue with that interview. Now, after that, the coach had a conversation with the player. Well, not the player, with his handlers, based on what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, the JFF didn't make a decision on a suspension. They suspended him for the game based on the fact that he broke curfew. That was
Yeah.
his sole suspension. They didn't
Yeah.
have a long term suspension for him. They suspended him for the game because he broke curfew. So
Mm-hmm.
the suspension was up,
You're
right?
right.
So the coach had all
Then
due diligence to then go and select the team that he wanted,
yeah.
which included him.
Mm-hmm.
So the correspondence would then be with his handlers and the coach. And if the coach come back and say, listen, we'll select him, the whatever sanction that we had was
Mm-hmm.
because he broke curfew. That's long and gone. I want him in my Copa team. This is
Yeah.
my team, the Copa. The JFF couldn't say anything about that and
Then it,
shouldn't,
but
because it's the coach decision to pick his team.
yeah, it's kind of rough now to see. So the coach pretty much had walked away a long time ago, a month ago, from the whole thing. I guess it was just carrying through to
Yeah, well,
the end of the
yeah,
Copa was done a long time. Now that we have seen everything, but I
well,
don't
but
worry.
I think, to be honest, still there are a lot of things in the air from both sides that
Mm,
they were looking some
mm.
way to part ways. I don't know, but
I think
he
I think
hasn't been here for a while,
I think
and
one day though is Orion,
he was
and
flying in for the games.
if we could find maybe if we could find Speed or somebody one of these days to kind of just let us understand the conversation.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think he will be open to talking. But all I'm saying is this: with that situation,
Mm.
I think the JFF made a lot of good decisions surrounding it. To be honest, with, if the coach, if I obviously we know that he's now in Ireland coaching the team.
Mm.
But if the coach is going to stay, right, I expected him to make some better decisions surrounding certain things, and it doesn't seem like he was doing that.
I don't know.
But I
Jamaica
don't like. I think he,
must be one of the
I think
hardest
he
things.
selected a pretty good team for Copa. But I don't know. Like there's some other stuff that's popping up now that you
I
that
don't
make
even
you look at it.
understand what happened at Copa
Um,
either,
but
I don't understand what happened at Copa.
but what I'm saying,
When I look at the
no,
Canadian team
but before,
and where they have gotten to, and
yeah,
we drop out so badly, we got beaten. We must be the team that got the worst beaten in Copa. Yeah, we got beaten so badly by
yeah,
everybody.
no,
And see Canada where they have reached almost to the finals. Almost the finals. A couple of good penalty and Canada would have been playing this
yeah.
evening.
But Canada has been doing a lot of things better than us over the past 5-6
No,
years.
no doubt,
And
no doubt.
we did
I
get
think
them
that
back
we have so much
in
talent, so much professional talent. It's not just any talent like we had in '98, where we have a lot of Jamaicans who never see international style or international football before, or seeing 20,000
yeah, but
people in a
uh, but but
stadium.
that's yeah, but
We
that's
had that,
I
but
hear you, but that's another argument that you need to but listen, well that's another argument that you need to put into context.
yeah.
Like majority of this team are not Jamaican based players, right? Or not even players that even come from Jamaica or
Mm,
born here. Like the team the team that Harlem started had probably one Jamaican player in that
mm,
first game,
yeah.
and that was Shamar.
But
Everybody
it's
else is not. Maybe the keeper. So,
mm,
but what I'm saying to you is that, like, in terms of with these coaches, I think, and I think this is a fundamental issue that the GFF was basically having with this current coaching setup, which is one of their main issues, which I saw that probably would have caused a split because they seem to want to bring in a lot of players with Jamaican passport into the team
mhm,
than looking at the talent here. I'm not saying the talent here is up to standard because if I'm a coach, I want my job to be as easy as possible, right? In terms of technical things, in terms of football and tactical things, because you want people to be able to play. But what I'm saying is that I think there there can be a beta push for a lot of youngsters here that are talented to get into the team that I think are good enough if given the opportunity over a period of time. And it's not no disrespect to a lot of these players that are playing overseas in England, etc. But it's a different thing when a Jamaican man walk in and put on the shirt, because he's not gonna give you give him all,
100%.
you can't say that. And a lot of people, and I know outside of Jamaica, the Jamaican contingent is pretty large and they think them a Jamaican, but it's a different thing. You know that.
Yeah. I tell you this,
So
though, Rain.
and so yeah,
Yeah, I tell you this though, as we kind of wrap it up a little bit, is that the question that we need to leave, and maybe when we come back we can answer that. I can answer my part or my opinion on it, is whether or not
yeah.
we think the the coach that Jamaica gets right now needs to be a coach that is preparing a team for the World Cup. And I know everybody going to the World Cup is the biggest thing, and we must have a team preparing for the World Cup. This has been a perennial question. If it's that we need to step back. So the question is, do you think we need to step back, organize ourselves, and come and look at a different, not the next Olympics, but not the one. I know the next one is the one that is closest to us right now, and we need to have a team, right? But
No man, like
these things, and we don't have a
ask
team,
you,
and we don't have a team going to
now we have a team.
when you see what happened to us at the Copa.
No, if you bring in
when you see what happened at the Copa.
No.
That we lack preparation.
No, like
so the question is, and we need to
man, but what I'm saying, so let me answer you. Like, if you bring in the right coach, European pro license, tactically aware, you will be able to qualify for the World Cup and build. So we have 2 years or so. Get the right coach. Do your due diligence. Do your check. We have based on the players. There are a pool of players. The coach should be able to come here and work and push forward. Yeah, that's not an issue.
I tell you this much. You know, a lot of people think that we need to get the right coach. And when you get in the right coach, you're looking at a coach that can qualify as us for the World Cup. But I am still always going to go back to this thing. Is that when René Simões came,
different time that's still Doric.
No. I'm just talking about the Jamaican and Jamaican culture and who we are and what we are. When he came, we had whole heap of talented footballers. And I know it's different time now because it is much better now to choose from than what he had to work with then. Right? The pool.
Well, in context, yes, but yeah, man. But what I'm saying,
I hear this.
Yeah, but
hear this.
Yeah, but
is
that we put that in the context? Here's why.
But
that group has played together for a long time.
And I'm going to qualify that for you now. It is not a matter of, for me, Jamaican football is not a matter of talent. Jamaican football is not a matter of technical abilities or getting the most expensive coach or getting a coach that's going to charge us a lot of money. I think, and anybody for the next program can tell me their ideas on it too. I think what Jamaica needs to get, and I fundamentally believe this about every coach in the world at every different sporting level, is that if you have a coach that is psychologically driven in terms of talent, you're always going to have great Jamaican players. If you don't have a coach who have a psychological talent and how to mold Jamaican talent, how to speak to Jamaican mindset, how to rally them, how to get them performing, we're never ever going to get there. Because it is all about a mental situation when it comes on to Jamaicans and Jamaican sports. 98 with René Simões. I don't think René Simões is a coach at all. I just think so the man is very good at the psychological strategy that he employed to the team. And that worked very well. He not only got the team to work that time, he got the country to work that time. He got everybody working. Everybody was working. And it was a man.
These are saves.
Yeah, that was it. So I'm thinking right now that we have a higher level of footballers in Jamaica, right? Our Premier League is even at a higher level now. Our Manning Cup is even at a higher level now. We have youngsters leaving Manning Cup and traveling.
Context still.
No.
The world is much smaller, man. But people can tell that you had that back in the day too. So
no, we don't.
It's an ongoing conversation.
We have no. We never had
man, like
exposure at all back then. 98, no.
Yeah, man, but no, not 98, but before that you had Chelsea and a lot of teams coming here like in the 70s.
Yes.
60s, like
yes, and that's what.
So I'm saying to you that. So I'm saying.
You always have talent. Always.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let's put everything in context. But I understand what you're saying, and you're right on some of the points that you're making. All right. So you want to close? And
I guess,
this is it for tonight.
I'll leave that to the viewers to contend with. So tell us about your own experience with Jamaican football, Jamaican coaches, and what do you think? Do you think we should just try to qualify for the next World Cup, or you think we should just put a pause on it and get our coaching situation in order and then start to work from there on it? So tell us what you think. What's your opinion? I think I have my own opinion.
So we don't need a proper coach.
Yeah.
So we need a proper coach, and we build and qualify.
Yeah.
the spots are there. All right, cool.
Of course, people,
All right.
remember,
So I guess that's it for tonight.
that's it for tonight. So, Horane, before you go, remember to like, subscribe. It is always going to be on all of the platform, Horane. It's certainly on YouTube to begin with right now. This is our
Yeah,
first
man,
show,
on YouTube,
right?
Facebook.
So,
Yeah, look for the Sports
yeah,
Globe
look for the Sports Globe
site.
out there. And of course,
Yeah, and big up to Spain. Big up to Spain. Spain won today.
2-1.
Spain won today.
2-1. Yeah, the Copa is going on
Yeah,
now.
2-1.
Next time we come back, maybe tomorrow we'll have another video, Horane, yeah? And we'll try to have as much as
Yes,
possible
for sure.
bring you every evening. Of course, there's going to be a lot of live streams as well, and things. So I want to say before I go, Horane, that of course one of our colleagues who had passed away, last month was his funeral yesterday, Job Nelson. I just want to give and just pause to give a little condolences to his family and to our sports fraternity, for the work that he has done within sports and over the time. And of course, he was a part of Sport Globe, and all that we did back then. He was certainly a big part of it and had done a whole lot of work. And I just want to stop and recognize him and the work that he had done over the years that we had worked together in building even this same establishment that we have, Sports Globe, and the work that he had contributed. So condolences to Job Nelson and his family, and just walk good, brethren. It was always
Condolences, Joe Nelson.
things. So as we go out, like, subscribe, notification bell, all of the things. We'll always get it good, and we're always going to be having a whole lot of discussions and things. We'll be bringing you different features at different time. We'll be bringing in different personalities at different time. And we'll be looking at sports as a whole, not just about results and scores, but always about what the entire thing that embodied sports is about. And if you follow our discussion, you'll be able to learn as we learn too. So we're going to talk about the money, we're going to talk about the health, we're going to talk about the entertainment value that we used to talk about earlier. We used to talk about sports as an entertainment thing, is a big thing, So as we go this evening, Horane, any last parting words?
Yeah, we'll just do it again. So, just join us and you should enjoy the discussion.
Of course. So this has been Sports Globe, where, as we said, Horane, I'm going to coin the tagline right now, where all sports matters content. You remember we had that tagline before, where all sports matters content. So
Cool.
This is Sports Globe. Thanks for having us. All the best, man. Yeah, Horane, so I don't know. You might have to do a little bit of